let's talk about some trailers. And by trailers, I mean one trailer. And by that trailer, I mean Thor. I don't know why I went to that level. But anyway.
Well, let me just the audience needs to know we're both professional broadcasters in real life. This is kind
you don't
of a
need
hobby.
to tell them that I'm.
No.
Did you were picking up on me cueing myself, right?
Right. Well, you let me finish.
No,
for fuck's sake.
I have to interrupt you. That's part of the show.
When he did the whole thing with the now we're going to talk about trailers and we're going to talk about he did that whole thing. What he's doing when you're talking to somebody normally, you say and like a lot. You can't help it. That's the way we talk to each other, okay? But when you're broadcasting, you don't want to say that shit. So we are both have the gift of gab, if you will, and what that means is that we are able to take our words and stretch them out. We're able to say things like ridiculous things, like he said, to make sure that we're not sounding like we don't know what we're talking about and that this is completely off the cuff.
Are you done? No, do the thing. Because remember, off the air, if I said, "Are you done?" you were going to say something else.
What did I say?
I don't remember. Fuck. Yeah, we're broadcasters. So
no, but you
after months,
but you learn
of clamoring and wanting to see this, talking about this, because this movie's coming out in July.
Sacrificing small animals to the god Pan.
Yes.
Or some of the other things that we did.
Oh,
that other people did.
Real quick, because this is related. We did release that Lego Thor Love and Thunder goat boat set. YouTube, fix your fucking algorithm, all right? Because, or whatever the fuck you use to do copyright checks, figure that shit out. Because twice now, and there's a reason why I had to re-upload it, because you're right, part of it got cut out. I used a royalty-free music bed that I verified was royalty-free, and somebody kept trying to copyright claim it. So I had to cut out part of the song at the end of the video, so it's just you going.
That's fine.
Which is fine because it's funny.
We should have just left it at that. Yeah.
Should have, but I'm sick of this shit, and now I'm just gonna say fuck you, and I'm gonna make my own music because I have the ability to. So
yeah, and we're fucking geniuses.
I'll make my own generic.
You know what? We'll make our own fucking internet.
You're playing the off-panel, off-topic drinking game. Jake has an outburst. You are drunk.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I would take that off the drinking game for now, at least until
or at least have a bingo.
At least until Lincoln's 2. And sleeps at night.
Well, and when we're not recording at 9:30 in the morning.
You've been awake for like 7 hours already. Don't lie.
No, I haven't.
Really?
I've been up since like 8.
Oh, good for you. You got some sleep.
No, this sucks.
Oh.
I work nights. Anyway, what do we think about? Because I don't want to do it's a minute and a half, which shows a lot of restraint by Marvel, which I was very surprised. And quite honestly, I know we're gonna get another one. I don't want to watch another one. I think this was enough for me to whet my appetite for the rest of the movie. I really, because they're being smart. They showed us a lot in that minute and a half, but we have no idea what's going on. There's no context for it. It was just flashing of images.
Which is the way it should be.
Which it should be. That's what a trailer is. And I'm glad that we kind of got back to that a little bit. Because there's some trailers that give way too much.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that. I mean, fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2, I remember when that was coming out, they showed the last shot of the movie in the trailer. And Venom's done it, and you can do that without context. It's fine. But just this trailer alone, there are so many different versions of Thor in this minute and a half. Because you get that opening shot where he's running as a kid, and we've talked about this on the show before. It is hilarious to me that after 20 years of these movies, we've not MCU movies, but superhero movies in general, we are finally at the point where they actually show the comic accurate costumes. They're not afraid to do that because quite honestly, this is the only time we're probably going to see classic Thor.
Well,
I think that shot was it.
Everybody forgets that he did have the helmet for a little bit in the first movie.
Yeah, but
which is the closest we had to the comic accurate thus far.
I like him without the helmet.
The cool thing about, and he doesn't wear his helmet much in the comics anymore for obvious reasons. But the cool thing about Thor and Loki and like the Asgardians and whatnot, compared to like say Captain America or Spider-Man, Captain America and they've played around with they've made tweaks to the costumes. But generally, Captain America is red, white, and blue with the stripes and the star and the wings, right? Spider-Man is the webs and the red and the blue and the right. But really, Thor, you can almost make him a new costume every comic book, and nobody's gonna go, hey, as long as you got like the big circles on the chest, and probably honestly, you can play around with a lot of that. So. That's what's kind of cool about the Asgardians and like Thor and stuff is that you don't have to. Nobody's really going to get super pissed if you don't make it comic accurate.
And if you're going to be a stickler, I mean, Thor doesn't even look like traditional.
Yeah, and
Thor
honestly,
is
if
fat
you want
and redheaded,
and if you want to be a fucking stickler about the original comics, okay, those wings are way too big on the helmet.
I never liked the helmet, so I'm fine with him without the helmet. No, I like it in concept.
But I'm a dork.
I mean, as you see on this thumbnail, there's a picture of me with the helmet on.
Have you ever seen the helmet? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't really sit on his head. It more sits on his hair.
But regardless,
that's gonna fall off during battle.
We saw the classic look. We saw like his MCU look, like his usual look. But then we saw a golden plated one. Mm-hmm. Then we saw one where he looks like this Viking one. Mm-hmm. So, and he's walking through fire. This movie is going to have so much shit in it, and I think the trailer did a great job of setting tone and letting you know that this is a movie about Thor, and we'll talk about this later with the quartering and MCU. This is the first time we're really seeing Thor. Some people could argue this, but I think this is the first time we're actually seeing him find himself. Because even in the first Thor movie, he's an arrogant jerk who learns to have a little bit of humanity.
I don't remember the second one.
And the Avenger, no. But in the Avenger, and you're seeing him being around humans more has changed him, and that was kind of the reaction to making him goofier in the other. Because he's funny in Avengers. He's funny in Avengers: Age of Ultron. Like he's quipping with those guys too. The Dark World was again. I think the Dark World was. I don't think that would be him finding himself. I think that was more of him starting to lose his family. Because that's really, people complain like he's trying to find himself for the third movie. I'm like, no. This is the first time he's lost everything. He lost his brother, and you could say Loki's still alive, but that's not the Loki that he knows. He's stuck in time somewhere. He lost his brother. He lost his mom. He lost his dad. His sister is technically still alive, but he lost his home. Steve Rogers is old now. Tony's dead. Like, he is truly having to figure out who he is by himself for the first time in these movies, and I love that they're going for that angle in this movie. And I love the stuff with the Guardians. I don't think they're going to be in the movie very long. I think they'll be in like the first 10 minutes, maybe.
I would wager to say that everything that we saw in the trailer, except for perhaps the shot at the end, I would wager to say everything that we saw was no more than the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie tops.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that the whole Guardians thing and him getting skinny and whatnot is like the beginning of the movie.
And this movie looks incredible. Like, this looks like concept art. Put into him, like the shots, like with him on the tree, like sitting by the tree, it looks like these beautiful fucking paintings, like matte paint. I know it's not matte, it's CG, but it looks like a matte painting like they would have back in the day.
It's gloss, motherfucker.
And then when him and Korg are standing on the rock, and there's that big fucking monster that's dead.
Straight from the comics.
There's a literal in the exact panel. The only difference is Korg is with him. That's the only change. But like. So, and I love that this movie is unabashedly being like, we're doing the Jason Aaron run. That's what we're doing. We're probably not going to do the whole 7 years, but we're going to do this run. And the smartest thing they did, though, and I hope they keep consistent with this, they didn't show gore. Gore isn't even mentioned. Gore isn't even alluded to. The only allusion to him is seeing Zeus. That's the only allusion to him.
No, the only allusion we see to Gore is the giant dead god that panel that we were talking about.
Nobody else is going to get that. We're going to get that, but nobody else. You know what I mean? Why are you getting so defensive? What I'm saying is a general audience doesn't know what that means.
Let me finish. Jesus.
No,
okay.
no, could you do that?
What?
Oh, Jake made it and Jake said something.
Wow. Okay, no. What I was saying is that
jerk.
What I was saying is that Zeus, if you're a casual comic fan and you've read about Gore, you still don't know who the fuck that is. If you are a eagle-eyed comic fans will notice that, yeah, that's from the comic. That one scene is from the comic, and we'll know that that's from the Jason Aaron run, and we'll go, okay, well, that's a reference to Gore, because Gore killed that god.
Well, even Zeus isn't even an allusion to him.
You don't even see him. You see his butt.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with what I was getting at is even you're right, but I mean most people aren't going to pick up on Zeus or the giant. They're going to pick up on Zeus because Zeus is in our zeitgeist. But
also he's got a fucking thunderbolt.
But they don't know. Yeah, but they don't know that Gore's going to kill him. Like you and I know that's probably why he's in it, but most people aren't.
I don't know. I never read that run, but I would hope.
No,
don't introduce Zeus to kill him, please.
Why?
Do you want Zeus to be killed off?
I don't care about Zeus in the Marvel universe.
Well, right.
Do you?
No,
I don't give a fuck about
I
Hercules
am tired
in
of
the Marvel.
I'm tired of throwaway characters in the MCU.
Well, they're not going to just kill him. They got Russell Crowe, so they're not going to just kill him. But what's his purpose in it other than being like Thor being like, oh, there's other thunder gods?
The fact that it's Russell Crowe actually makes me think that they would, because a lot of these actors don't like to sign on for multiple projects for these.
Well,
things,
they're going. I think
they're real actors. Oh.
Zeus is going to die.
Probably.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a connection to this movie from Moon Knight.
Well, that's what I was saying a couple weeks ago. Is that
there's got to be some.
I don't think we'll see Gore, but I think we'll have some sort of like, hey, something's happening
connection
in the land of the gods,
which would make sense. Yeah.
In the realm of the gods.
I'm not. Maybe,
is it another dimension?
Maybe he kills Khonshu. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows? Because my guess is Khonshu gets freed and then he gets killed by.
Here's all the evidence that I have of what's going to happen.
But so yeah, we didn't see Gore. I wish, and they already announced it, but I wish this would have been saved for the movie. She was already in it. We knew she was going to be in it. But her catching Mjolnir and seeing Jane Foster as the mighty Thor, I wish we could have saved that for the movie. But
we weren't gonna.
But it's Disney. It's a publicly traded company. They have Natalie Portman in it, and they're not going to pay her that money and not have her on the screen for the trailer. And I guarantee you she doesn't wear that helmet very much.
So clearly
because again, they're not going to pay for her face and not have her be in a helmet the whole time.
Clearly they're going to have the Mjolnir that Hela broke. Because you can see when it comes up,
it's put back together.
It's whatever. And it wouldn't surprise me if they tried to do some sort of like, hey, I hope they don't, because I hope they don't like kind of mistake our intelligence, but I could see them trying to do something like, well, who is this? And she has her helmet on, and and she's trying to pretend that. But wouldn't Thor know that it's Jane?
He knows, because if you look,
you can't really.
If you look at the shot, he's confused because he knows it's her. From the trailer, what predictions do we have? Because clearly they're going to mash God Butcher and Mighty Thor together.
Right.
They're going to smash those two storylines together.
I thought you were talking about characters.
What are you thinking?
Okay, so you and I both, I think we have seen the articles, or we might have even talked about it, but there's a shot where I think it's Thor, Korg, and then like a blank when like it looks like a ship's taking off, like towards the end.
Yeah, it's the goat boat.
I don't know. I think it's the Guardians leaving. It's towards the end of the show, towards the end of the trailer. He's got his Ravager suit on, and which
is hilarious because clearly he took Star-Lord's jacket and cut the sleeves off of it.
So they're like, but there's clearly like a space. It's
the part of the movie where they go their separate ways.
I am willing to bet. I would love to see Beta Ray Bill finally, and that would be cool if he was in that spot.
But see, they haven't announced him, and I feel like that's their status quo. Is they have to announce certain characters, I guess. But
I don't know how they would do it.
I have no idea.
They have to announce. So I know where you're going with this, and it's what it is they have to announce. It's publicly traded company. You've said this before. It's a publicly traded company, Disney and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to announce when somebody is hired onto a project, like an actor.
That's what I'm saying. So that's why they had the Jane Foster stuff.
As far as I know, there aren't any actors that are signed on for undisclosed roles right now, are there?
No, but I don't think so. But I did see somebody on Twitter said that they like Keith David. Would you want to? They tweeted at him and like, would you voice Beta Ray Bill if they ever did it? And he goes 100% absolutely. And I was like, oh fuck yeah, give me.
What about this? What
Keith
about
David Beta Ray Bill?
You know Sean Gunn is in it because of Rocket, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the mocap for Beta. Beta Ray. I don't know. I don't think Beta Ray. Dude, I think there's
that's a way you can do it
so
and
much,
keep it a
I
secret.
think there's going to be so much in this movie. I don't think Beta Ray Bill's going to be in it. I think that they're going to focus on. My question is: are they going to do Unworthy Thor too? Are they going to just say? Are we going to get?
That's a lot of fucking.
Are we going to get
the comics though?
Are we going to get Gore was right, and that's what leads to the Mjolnir stuff?
I don't know.
And I think they're going to do the cancer stuff. They're definitely going to do the cancer Jane storyline.
They kind of have to. That's a big part of the story.
It's a perfect explanation to. I mean, yes, you had the built-in explanation of the blip, but that could be a great example why she hadn't seen Thor since the second Thor movie, because she'd been dealing with cancer, and I'm assuming that's what they're going to go with this. But here's my question: do they commit whole hog because we had the symbiote stay in the MCU? Are we going to get all black? Are we going to go full bore and say he has the all black and that's how he's killing people?
I don't know if you noticed from the unboxing video we did for the Goat Boat, available right now on our YouTube channel, but Gore minifigure comes with a black sword, which I assume to be the all black, the Necro sword.
Yeah. Which was Null. Which is, are they really going to commit to Null already? Are they going to say, we're going to do that?
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, like people, guys like you and me, we would be totally fucking into that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, there's so much backstory.
But I love
that the casual.
And I love that
I mean?
we are in the part of the MCU that we're going into more contemporary, not even that. More contemporary.
Cosmic 2, though.
No, for me, what I'm saying is...
No.
The contemporary stuff.
That's it.
The Jason Aaron stuff, the Donny Cates stuff, the more
I'm tired of fighting.
Modern Marvel. Not to be confused with the History Channel show Modern Marvels.
Yeah. Or the Silver Age.
But it just seems like I think Taika can do it because he said it's the craziest movie he's ever made. But it is going to be interesting to mix the Mighty Thor, mix in maybe some Unworthy Thor, and do the God Butcher storyline. And I think that was... Look, they're going to do more with Zeus because it's Russell Crowe, but I think that was the intention, to show him in the trailer, to be like, look, we're committing to the idea that there's other gods. So we've accepted that Khonshu exists and the Egyptian gods exist. So now we're also saying that all these gods are... part of it. And I would not be surprised if we did get a Gore was right, because in this sequence of Thor finding himself, maybe he does buy into the idea that gods are meaningless. And the whole god, because that's really what Gore's legacy is the gods are pointless.
You're actually bringing it around to where I wanted to bring it, which is why I think Beta Ray Bill will be in the movie. Because I think that the Secret Wars was again, talk about fucking backstory that you would need before breaking out on the MCU. But the Secret Wars, the most recent one, where they had like the Thor Corps. They were basically
the Thors, yeah.
They were it was called
the book was Thors, yeah.
Yeah. But they were and the Thor Corps is actually a concept from the comics back in like 80s and 90s.
And that Secret War was when they smashed the Ultimate Universe into the regular
Battle
universe.
World.
The Earth 616 met Ultimate.
Doom was in control of everything.
Marvel and doing what these companies always do, with like these things will never cross, and then eventually we're just gonna make an event where the Ultimate Universe tries to take over the 616.
I actually thought it was really cool because Doom actually was trying to take over. There's a lot more to it. Blah blah blah.
And then there's the whole where we get the Gore was right thing was Original Sin. That was the Jason,
which
Aaron.
is after all the Secret Wars stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. But I think it would be really cool if they tried to do like a Thor core type of concept where they brought in Mighty Thor. They have Unworthy Thor, or rather, in the comics, he's known as Thor Odin's son.
Do you think that he's going to lose his arm? Because his arm gets ripped off.
It does. Weirdly enough, he has his arm back in the comics.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
I
haven't read any of the new stuff.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But no, there's also because of his costuming and everything, there's also thoughts that they might turn him into Thunderstrike and make him that Thunderstrike character from the comics with the mallet, and then have her be the Mighty Thor.
Well, and I think also what they're trying to do, because I really think they're going to commit to Gore, and they're going to do. With him running, what this signifies to me, with him running at the first shot of the trailer, running through and showing all the costumes and everything, I think they're going to commit to what Jason Aaron did, which was a very ambitious idea, which it's going to be told throughout time because there's 3 Thors in the God Butcher storyline, because he's been fighting Gore through the time stream. And are they going to wait? Are they going to do the God Bomb?
I don't know what that is.
The God Bomb is the second part of that Gore run, where he finds a god that's the god of bombs and makes a god bomb that he's going to use to explode the time stream and kill gods throughout time. And I don't know if they're going to do that in this movie. There just seems like there's a lot. And maybe that's the lead up to the next. I don't know.
I'm cool with everything. I'm glad you and I talked about this when we first started talking about this trailer. I'm glad that they've gotten more into like not showing us like too much.
Yes, I don't really need another trailer.
I kind of don't either.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see it.
You're excited.
Feel these nipples. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to touch on in things of my predictions of what I believe. And you know what? I am totally fine being completely wrong. And I want to be completely wrong.
You're fucking wrong, man.
Yeah. And I want to point out, I do love the fact that he was working out with the chains, doing the rope movements. But did you see